All right.
$25.
Hello. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Do I have to do this at the beginning and the end?
I would think so.
Sure. Attention.
6:32
We're talking cookies over here.
PM. And hi, Deborah. Deborah is here.
Hello.
Hello. And we also have, do you want to say her name? Sorry, I don't know her name. Oh, Ariella Sophie, obviously, but I was thinking about your daughter is also here on Zoom.
Jamie?
That's what she said.
Hi, Jamie.
Somebody, Jamie, or
Jamie online, if you would like to speak at any point, please just raise your hand. You can speak during the beginning, during our guest portion, or if you have anything else, let us know.
all right. And of course, Ariella Sophie, welcome. Do you have anything specific you want to say, or you're just here? As always, welcome to jump in.
Mostly just here. I was going to talk about something that Bev is already so on top of as far as Cultural Coalition grants. So
Awesome.
it sounds like we're good on that score.
Yeah, we're great. All right, well, welcome everybody. We'll just go ahead and get going. I know it's a big week, maybe not a city council report yet. Standing by.
I can say there was an election.
There sure was.
There was an election. However you feel about it, there was an election. There was a huge turnout. Clackamas County's votes are still being counted as far as I know. A lot of stuff in Clackamas County won't be decided until the end of the week, possibly the early next week. But yes, there was an election.
All right, we'll stand by. Does everyone want to take a quick glimpse? I did really brief minutes for our October planning meeting. If anyone has anything to edit.
I don't have a hyphen in my last name, but that's okay.
Wow, I think I do that all the time.
I think you do too.
I also
Noted.
put a hard copy of the planning meeting attached to the 1-year plan. This kind of.
Oh, lovely.
explains. So
Okay,
it's right there.
okay.
Good notes.
Um,
It reminded me of something I didn't do.
That was my intention. That was my intention. That was for you, Dave. Can we have is it possible to add to the minutes her 1-year plan now that, because we talked about it and that there were so many things and you were editing it. I just put Bev was going to work on that. So do you think you could send that plan to Alex, that we could post it with the minutes?
She already has it.
Oh, perfect. Will you add it? Okay.
And I'm actually glad you put out what we did at the planning, because there were some things I guess I signed up for. I totally forgot. So
You're a real hand raiser. We appreciate it.
I had way too much coffee that day. I signed up for that one too. Right.
I will remove the hyphen from like the 5 times I mentioned your name.
You're
Sorry.
consistent.
I sure am.
Oh, I volunteered for a lot more things than I forgot.
Yeah.
I noted it all.
Do you remember who was going to reach out to Emily Moon and Chelsea?
I don't think we picked a specific person.
Okay.
Would you?
I'm real flaky these days.
I mean, I would say that was under the umbrella of the poetry in public places. So I would ask Dave and Deborah to either
There you
reach
go.
out to them or ask one of us to reach out to them.
I can do that when we're farther along. Like
Okay,
once we
great.
have approval from city council to go forward with everything, I'm happy to do that.
Sounds good. Yeah, it seems
Thanks,
like a
Deborah.
later problem. So since I wrote them, I cannot vote to approve.
Oh,
Does anyone want to move to approve them?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Do we have a
Second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, did the thing. All right, motion. Passed. Thank you. Okay, great. We're gonna take a quick look at our financials. I think the only added things were the commissioner gift for Vince. And I'm wondering, because you bought snacks for the October. I don't see that on here.
Cool.
I was like, there was one other thing.
Yeah, we went and got them with. Yeah,
That's all right.
we did do it.
Under the table snacks.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something small. Yeah. Okay, and there's an exciting piece of mail, and I just like to read this for the record. So this maybe I'll read it and then I'll reveal. This small quilted wall hanging is a gift to the Arts Commission and the city of Estacada from the Garfield Skip a Week Quilt Club. Claire Kellogg sewed the quilt, and then members of the community had the chance to put in quilting stitches at Arts at the Creek this year. Most of the quilters were learning how to do this for the first time, and many who tried their hand at this were children. Those who stitched on it that day signed their names, and this is on the back of the quilt. Skip a Week Quilt Club is the oldest known quilting club in the state of Oregon, and we now meet every week at the Garfield Grange. The early members were mainly farm wives who were too busy to meet every week. And so this is our,
Oh, how nice.
oh yeah.
It's amazing.
And then there's a little patch on the back with the names of like the community members that were part of it.
Very nice.
Oh, I love it.
And they were really sweet. They like got the flyers and the promotional material from us early so that they could do like the right font that matched our promotional materials and really sweet. And Alicia had just suggested how fun would it be to spend some of our money that's like our city hall art purchase to properly frame it
And we
so
can
that we
hang
can hang
it.
it.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
If you frame it, make a copy of the signatures. Yeah.
That's what I thought too. I was like, oh,
No, that's okay. Yeah.
but it could be paper in the front and then maybe actually put this little blurb that she wrote on here.
Yeah, it could be like on a placard, which we could also get made.
But this is so sweet. And this
Or
is like, I
Smash or
think this is something that they kind of have done, maybe done for summer celebration in the past or
Well,
for other
I
events.
see a perfect spot on a wall right back there.
Does anybody know anything about the Garfield Grange either? It's active, they have like, cause that's right around the corner from me. I'm a member of the Spring Water Grange.
I
Which
guess you
is,
should get more local.
I'm like, I didn't think they did anything, but apparently they do.
So really cool. So are we up for maybe just going ahead and
I would say, yeah, because we've kind of gone around and round, and Mike and I had found an artist that we really liked. But I say, let's go ahead and do this. This kind of dropped in our lap anyway, and then
we'll have
could be-
leftover for sure.
And, and then next year, when we get our money for our public art, we can start early and, if we all wanted to bring something to the table, then everyone could look at each person's
Yeah,
idea, it just seems like it
something
might,
really purposeful.
yeah, because it's like, right now we have like, what, 2 months to spend that money?
No, we have, it's till-
It
no.
doesn't go away. in
It's every
January.
year. Yeah, I mean, we have it through the fiscal year, I think through June or July.
Oh, really? Okay.
So,
Well,
The
and does
Artsmith-
the art, I was gonna say, the
Really
Artsmith does
have-
nice framing.
yeah,
so
they
it's
do
really
do
good.
done
great
there.
framing. I've gotten our
You could
family
do it,
photos.
yeah, they'll
in there.
do it just framing or with glass and all sorts of different options. It's very,
Can I
and it's
make a-
very
An
competitively
official
priced.
movement that we pursue this.
Motion to frame the,
Motion to frame the wall hanging.
Yeah.
And
And hang it up
And hang it
in
up.
City Hall as our contribution to public art in Estacada
yeah,
this year.
it's beautiful. It was very sweet. So I'll
Mhm.
take it to the Artsmith and see if they can get it going, and then maybe I can tag you in about the paying for it.
do we actually need to make a motion to spend the money and approve?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Awesome.
And
So
you
that's
can,
very
like,
sweet and wonderful.
When I've gone there to get some frame, like you can pick out the frame, you can pick out the matting. You can, they walk you through, give yourself an hour.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I'm running in just to do this
Oh,
quick
no,
thing.
no.
Here's
I
the time. But
spent way
um,
too much time in frame shop.
oh, really?
I'm
Oh,
like the
okay.
wrong person to.
Okay, so I'm
This rabbit hole.
I'm a framing newbie, so
Yeah.
I did not realize.
Oh, I
that.
grew up with my mom, like
Take
framing
all
on our like
other
dining room table, like she used to do it.
room into
Ah.
consideration.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
we'll
that's.
match it. So on a similar but different note, can I just say something really quick about the grant now, or do you want to say
No,
something?
that's
about it?
fine.
Just this is making me think about, Bev has wonderfully put together the grant this year from the Clackamas County
Awesome.
Arts Coalition, for Arts at the Creek next year. And for that, she solicited some letters of recommendation, which I was able to read, and I would love to share them if that's okay with everybody. Really wonderful letters of recommendation from the city as well as from the McIver Park Rangers about their participation at Arts at the Creek and what they do and what we do and how it all just really works together to support and educate the community. So it's pretty cool. And big thank you to Bev for all that work on the grant and for Deborah, who I know also worked with her on it.
Jerry, what would help, and I still have time, I haven't pushed the go button, is they're asking for partners in Arts in the Creek and Parks and Recs. Were very helpful, but I think we can partner in a
Parks and Rec
bigger.
was not
Well,
involved.
they're at the table there. We would like to get them more involved and maybe a letter from you, or I know Vincent was really busy, but it would help to have a letter there about future partnerships and helping each other. That'd be great. If possible.
I'd already planned on reaching out to Vince anyway, so
Okay.
I can add that.
That'd be
Yeah, so
awesome.
that they had no involvement in Arts at the Creek, except that it was in a park.
They were at the next table, but that's okay.
Oh, they
Yeah.
were tabling.
They were tabling
Tabling.
there. They were tabling there. But could it be at one of our community partners, like another community partner, or was it
could.
supposed to be from the city?
It doesn't matter, just any of our partners. And at this point, I don't have to have it.
Right. it's in
I'm
addition.
allowed up to 5, but they have different sections.
My only thought with that is that because they weren't really involved past showing up at the table, you probably wouldn't have a whole lot
Okay.
to say.
I'll just let it go.
From
Delete that from your to-do.
Gary, sure.
That, that little quote right there, that they'd probably be a good person to get a letter
Yeah.
from.
Mhm.
Or maybe the, what was it? The library board is as much of a partner because we're using their facilities and their,
They were there with the bookmobile.
Yeah.
and all that, yeah.
so,
The bookmobile.
That would
Roxanne
be
was-
Roxanne,
Roxanne.
our outreach librarian, Roxanne Collinborn.
perfect.
They were they were also involved with walking with us in the 4th of July parade,
What about
which
the
was promoting it. as
Job
well.
Corps?
Oh, yeah, the Timberlake Job
The
Corps.
Timberlake Job
They
Corps
like saved us with
volunteers. They were
Volunteers.
great.
Timberline Job Corps,
Timberlake
Lake.
Job Corps.
Mhm.
And at the end of the meeting, I can hop on my computer and create you his email.
And
I got left.
these are not mandatory because I already have 2 letters, so.
Okay, and then, so I just wanted to stick that in there while it seemed appropriate while we were talking about Arts at the Creek. And Jean, do you want to do a little overview or review of the creative writing for us?
Yeah, it feels like not just that short of a time ago. It feels like so much longer ago that happened. But Zach, who's the adult services librarian at the library, co-led this workshop with me. We had, I think, 10 people total, including us. But some new faces that I hadn't seen before, which has been kind of exciting for all of these writing workshops. I feel like they've drawn in people that I haven't seen at other events, and not necessarily even to all of the writing workshops, but it's nice to see some new faces. And then I attended the writing Estacada Writers group at the library the following however many weeks after that happened. Maybe it was the next week. I don't know. But ran into one of the writers who had participated, and she said, "Oh, I used some of the activities that you brought, and it really helped me break through, this thing in my book or in my writing." And so that felt really good and warm and fuzzy, and so that was pretty exciting. So I feel like it went really well. We had 2 youths there. One of them was my child. She got dragged there, but I think she wanted to go too. But someone else as well, and then some of the people from the now Estacada Writers group too. So good
Awesome.
group, and it
It's
was
always
fun.
when you have like new faces.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and thanks to Zach for helping out to lead that, because that was fun.
Sounds like he's getting a pretty good little group of like writers going.
Yeah,
together.
there's a lot going on at the library right now. Lots of fun things. So good times, good times.
All right. The upcoming event, I don't have an update on the
Can,
Christmas.
can I give an update on this?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the update is they got the approval to do, so this is going to happen the first Friday of December.
Christmas tree lighting. Sorry, I
Yes.
jumped to that. with
Christmas
mistake.
tree
Christmas
lighting, yes, Christmas tree lighting is gonna happen first Friday of December.
The
At,
6th.
yes, at, I think they're going to, all of their publications is all gonna say 6 o'clock. Santa Claus is gonna come on the fire truck like usual, and then they're working out the details on getting Santa Claus from the square. It's happening in the square next to Harvest Market. They got that approval already. They're working out the details. We're closing, Main Street or Broadway.
Oh.
We're closing Broadway between Third and Fourth.
Okay.
So they're gonna work out the details on whether it's gonna be a carriage ride, a hay ride, fire truck, on how to get Santa from there to here. And they definitely want you involved
Mhm.
with your, horn ensemble.
Mhm.
And possibly want you involved with, maybe with sound, for the actual tree lighting.
Okay.
They might have a person, but, they were gonna get a hold of them, and I said, well, Mike does that stuff
And
too.
it's just speaking and like.
Yeah, Sean's gonna
music
do
to
his,
Play over. It's not anything
yeah,
like.
Sean's gonna be doing his, Merry Christmas, welcome to the Estacada tree lighting, and then,
Countdown.
yeah, and I don't know if Santa's gonna speak or what, but that's basically all they're really gonna need is just, something for quick.
Yeah, I mean, it would take 15 minutes to throw the pea in the truck and come down and plug a microphone in and just.
But Julie Colton, if you haven't been in contact with her, Julie Colton is the person that you want to get in touch with. They're
On downtown Estacada.
yes,
Okay, thank you.
yes. Their plan is to have very few vendors this year. Have like food vendors just to set the ambiance, with smell
Where here
down
or
there.
down there?
With they want to set up they want to have the ambiance of being able to see Christmas, being able to smell Christmas, being able to, touch and feel Christmas. So, they're plan on having just a very few amount of vendors down there this year, making it bigger as as they move forward year to year. Possibly having vendors go all the way up, Broadway as the years go down, but, it's gonna be a Hallmark Christmas moment in Estacada.
More chestnuts.
Jerry,
on
could you
offer.
ask them to reach back out to me? Because I have repeatedly reached out to them to say like we offered to be on a subcommittee when they came to talk to us months ago. I have sent so many emails to say like, hey, we'd love to be involved. And I've gotten.
Well,
Is Julie
Nothing.
the chair or?
she's not, she's just she's leading the subcommittee for
Okay.
the Christmas tree
Okay.
lighting.
So if you could just tell her, I've repeatedly,
Or do we? you
Reached
have
out.
her- That's the email that I've been CC'd in, right?
yeah, but I don't have her email.
Right, that's.
I
what
don't,
was
I don't know
wondering.
I don't even know how to get a hold of her.
I will get your contact information before I leave, and I will have Julie's contact information, so I will get.
That would be great. They sort of invited us and then have been ignoring it. So.
So then
that would be lovely.
they're coming here, Santa's
So
grading down.
they're gonna bring Santa this direction, however that happens. Gonna come in here. The plan is to open the fireplace area up. I know the fireplace is not usable, but it's a
aesthetic
very
value of the
decorated.
fireplace.
It is a very, I know my kids love taking pictures in there with Santa
Mhm.
when they were little. So that's the idea, bringing them in here. The hot chocolate, coffee, snacks, whatever
Booze.
in here. No.
So we have talked about having our table in here doing just a little activity.
So one other thing
Correct.
that they're gonna have in here along with that
So I don't know.
is they're going to have face painter in here
Okay,
along with
Okay.
that. And so setting up everybody, that's
and this will also be the location for the handful of vendors that you were talking about?
no, the handful of vendors are gonna be down around
They'll be
the,
outside.
around the square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and then, I don't know, I don't even think they have all the details hammered out on how much time is gonna be spent down there. I'm sure it's gonna be dependent on the weather. But, once they get all that figured out and decide how much time is gonna be spent down there, then it's gonna be getting all of those people to head this way, bring them in here to
Pied Piper.
cheer.
Just totally logistically, I have a flaky trumpet player and I'm trying to lock somebody down. I'm gonna sit in with the pep band on Friday at the football game.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, I'm trying to,
Yeah, I
I'm
was,
trying to solicit trumpet players.
yeah, I was gonna suggest getting hold of Rendell and
Is there any way that either the DEC or the Arts Commission could throw a little bit of money at my horn guys to
So maybe
motivate them?
less Flaky.
Yeah.
If it's not our event, I would ask the DEP.
they do have a budget,
Okay.
a pretty hefty budget, but they're gonna be spending a lot of money
Sure.
on a tree.
So,
It's
yeah,
gonna be a-
let's get our information exchanged
Yeah.
at the end so I can get a hold of Julie
They're getting
and
the
just
proper stuff.
tell her, like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've already started rehearsing. and
Okay.
we're-
I
That's
know,
awesome.
Alicia, you and I had talked about being involved, so you and I can chat if they,
I am
Ciao.
hot to have a wreath making table for
Oh, that's
kids
a great
with
idea.
bingo stampers and little paper plate wreaths with a little ribbon on them.
I love it.
I absolutely,
So,
I absolutely think Julie would love that. And
well,
so I will
tell her
get,
to give her a ring a
I will.
ding ding.
I will.
Do you know what their monthly is?
It was Monday.
It was Monday.
Yeah. And then the next one is December 2nd.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Which
that's
is
great.
it's the first Monday of the month at 9 o'clock in the
I
morning.
mean,
well, I'll
we have a
let you know.
table, we can grab some chairs.
It wouldn't take a lot for you and I to coordinate that. We
No.
just we have to hear from somebody.
Yeah.
Well, or we
I
get
mean,
in-
I'll
we get
show
in
up
front
with a
of them.
table.
Yeah,
I'll just take a
that's the other
table
thing, too.
and show up with my stuff. I would just have to buy, I would need someone to buy me
Hannah's
daubers
on
and
the
paper plates.
committee.
Hannah Smith is on the,
So she and I are pretty good friends, so I could probably just
I bugged her on Facebook about it a few days
go
ago.
back to the style.
She posted something about, it's gonna be great. And I was like, could you reach out to the Arts Commission?
She was like, block. It's like, oh, this one again.
I feel bad, but I'm like, you invited us and I'm really pumped on Christmas and I want to be part of it.
I think she's even on the subcommittee.
Yeah.
I think Hannah is even on the subcommittee, so.
Would love to hear from them.
Yes,
Gotta
please.
channel the Christmas joy.
I got,
Just-
I got a new vintage.
Just so you
Christmas
guys know,
sweater.
Julie's daughter recently got married in Ireland. And so they were gone for quite a bit of time over in Ireland for her daughter's wedding. So that's,
Well, we'll stand by. Alicia and I are ready to bring the holiday crafts.
We're doing it. We're bringing it.
Okay.
Uh,
um,
whether we want
Did
it
you
or
want to
not.
jump in? And then we have to get to the poetry in public places. That's our
Yeah,
biggest.
that's our
thing we
big
need to get to.
Yeah, just super quickly. I was looking at the Mount Hood Territory tourism calendar, and given that Estacada is now Christmas Tree USA, I was wondering if you all wanted to think about posting it there. I don't know if that's on, or that maybe that's DEC you were saying. is
That's,
there
yeah,
yet.
TEC.
Never mind then.
We're trying to just tag into something somebody else.
Yeah,
is
we
doing.
just want a
Which is great.
table. We
Yeah,
want to help. Want to get our
Awesome.
for Christmas. So
cool.
All right. And Dave gave us a little update. We're gonna just take a moment to make sure
Sure,
we're
I'll try
reading
to-
it.
I'll try to summarize it a little bit. I met with Elena and Don DeRosa, who's the Director of Public Works. Took us 3 weeks to schedule a meeting, which only took half an hour to meet, but I was doing things and they were doing things and some people were missing. So anyway, they were very supportive and very encouraging. They liked the project. Public Works can and will install the signs when we have them prepared. And they'll apparently pay for the posts and the installation time.
So we're just paying for the sign.
We pay, our cash outlay will be for the signs, yeah. And then what we pay our judges and what we pay
Right.
for the prize.
Great.
I'm pretty sure I understood that right. And because we need to stick with public buildings, city-owned properties, I think at least the first year, we'll avoid needing to get licenses and avoiding any kind of code restrictions because the sign is small enough and they will place it properly. Just one little example is Timber Park is owned by Pacific Gas and Electric. So
Right.
in order, the city cannot install stuff there for legal and liability reasons. And so we could negotiate directly with
Well, I think Deborah,
PPG.
don't you have a list of locations, Deborah? Yeah.
I'll get to that, yeah.
Yep.
Um,
It should be in there.
yeah, it's there. I have several pages, too many pictures of me, but a lot of stuff that Deborah put together and that I added to, and Jean has contributed along the way as well. So had a lot of good information there. And we can't do anything that's in the residential area and anything on private property. Again, the community center is privately owned, so I think we should stick with public
City
with
parks.
city spaces at least for the first year, so we avoid problems. We should keep in touch with Parks and Rec, but the person who says what goes where is Don. And
Yeah,
so that's a
totally.
courtesy kind of contact. They agreed with and also recommended some of the places we talked about for support. Now, we have one time issue. If we want to have these up next summer, we have to have the signs to Public Works in March. We're kind of geared for April. If it's April, it's lawn mowing season. They're very busy. And when it's because they'll install them for us, but they'll do it as they have time to do it. And so
Right.
if we can talk about and think about how we want to schedule things. My last paragraph there was maybe we could do it quicker, and I'm thinking for the first year, maybe we should take our time. And I think because they're supportive, that if we got the signs to them, they would get them up in the reason, and whenever they could. He said if we got them the signs in March, he could get at least 5 up in March. But if that rushes us, which I think it might, I have a couple things to do. And our subcommittee has not officially met. We've exchanged emails and comments. And so we need to work on some of those things. And if we're going to get a design done, that's another level of contest. So I think I'm feeling, in spite of my last paragraph, that we should take some time. The subcommittee can meet and
might
talk
not-
some of these
We might
through.
not get very many submissions to
Mhm.
choose from if we
Yeah,
put it
if we
too
rush,
fast.
yeah,
Rush it
too
too
much,
fast.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh, I could put up 5. It's like, we might only have 5,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, well,
So,
And also,
That's
I mean, if
possible.
we look at early fall or after the summer, I mean, if we have the summer as part of the competition time, that gives students more time also to contribute because they're out of school and they're not, I don't know.
I
get
hate
my
to
head around
delay
it.
it that long because I think it's something that needs to get started, but I think you and Deborah and I should
Mhm.
meet sometime soon and we'll talk about possibilities.
at least maybe
Mhm.
open up,
Yeah,
start
so we
sending
can-
your promotional stuff out in December, next month.
Yeah.
Start being like
I'd
really
kind of like to get
trying to
started,
get some submissions.
started in January, because if we get too few submissions, we can extend the deadline.
Yeah.
I've seen that done.
Or even do 2 chunks for the first year as well.
We could, yeah. So, but I think the 3 of us need to take a little time to
Try
work-
to get some
discuss some of these
March.
possibilities and work out the
And then
details.
maybe some for fall. Get a
Yeah.
couple for March and then a couple for
Mhm.
fall.
It might also be something like if there's at least a couple that are up before summer, when we start having events in these parks,
Mhm.
then people can see it and then it can be like, hey, look at this. Want to know how you can participate?
We
Like-
could even at our table at Arts
Yeah.
at the Creek,
Could
we
promote
could have
it.
some information on it,
Mhm.
we could say, write us a poem right now,
Right.
like, we'll take it.
But Deborah did give us a list of 20 places, and there are some issues with some of the privately owned things that we could work through in time. They did recommend we don't put anything in the skate park.
Yeah,
Apparently, that's a high level of
kids are-
disfigurement of materials there.
I think we need to draw that creative angst in
Yeah.
though, and maybe have some kind of a,
Put up a blank sign.
or even like, some kind of graffiti opportunity. I mean, Vince was really good about having his finger on that kind of pulse. I'm kind of an old dog, but I get the hip hop graffiti thing, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but yeah, if it's in the bowl, it's getting tagged.
well, yeah, I mean,
Mhm, yeah.
some nice couple trying to, oh, let's read this poem. Okay, well, now there's someone jumping over me.
So I did pass on drafts, copies of most of the stuff that I had sent to the subcommittee members, if not everybody. And I noticed from the planning session that I have some estimates to get. And I think there are 2 sign possibilities, and I'll try to get a written estimate from both of them
And maybe
before
find
next
out how
month.
long how long it would take them to print the signs too, for your timeline purposes.
Yeah, I'll check on that, but I don't think the making will be as much as getting the
yeah.
design and the individual.
Well, and
Because
maybe,
each one will have to be done separately.
maybe as a, one thing that we absolutely could do before you get your timeline together is put out a call for a graphic artist.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Like that could be the first step. Like we need somebody, like we could do that before you have all the other things in place. If somebody on the subcommittee wants to put together like a quick Facebook post to be like, this is what our ask is. We're looking for graphic artists who would be interested in working with us.
Yeah,
Just
you guys
just-
could do
just
that
to
this month
solicit that.
if you're meeting and you.
Just a thought, that would be an easy thing to put out first.
No, we have a draft for that. We don't have it out yet.
That's okay.
We haven't had a chance to discuss. it,
Alex,
so.
do you know if there's any requirements from the city if we're doing like a request for proposal, even if it's for a graphic designer like this? There are things we should,
Small projects wouldn't be as,
so. Okay,
And I'm thinking it would,
Yeah.
doing it more or less like a
Cool.
contest.
great. Just want to make sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. Well, it's exciting. We're on board. Just tell us how we can help once you guys figure out your timeline.
And we'll try to exchange some times afterwards
Okay.
and online.
I wanted to add to this, per Jean's request, a little update. I don't know if you guys remember about the grief and gratitude project that I shared with you in the summer. And Jean said she was able to attend one of their meetings. I haven't been able to go because now it's at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, which doesn't fit with me anymore. But she said she had an update for us. So
I do. I just want to shout out that lots of mixed emotions today is I think how we're all phrasing it, but Bettina Bowles and Anne and Emily and Megan wasn't there this morning, but met today to talk about this project that is a public installation or will be where people have the opportunity to write these messages and then post them. They also right now though have a Facebook page called Pushing Daisies. And Bettina wanted me to pass this along because the positivity space for all of us in Estacada. So this is a page for the people of Estacada to express gratitude for the things that they love about Estacada. The hope is that it will bring us closer together in unity. Practicing gratitude can help us feel happier, more positive, and less stressed. It can help us build stronger relationships and understand others better. It can help us deal with adversity and cope. It can help us maintain a hopeful and optimistic attitude. We can practice gratitude by noticing and acknowledging the things we are grateful for every day in our town, which I just think is wonderful. And I really appreciate the work that this team is doing. They're being very thoughtful about places around town that this installation could go. They've talked about the bathrooms at Wade Creek Park, potentially City Hall. They've been talking to the Book Nook, just different places around town. And part of it is to give people an outlet to deal with grief. Various things have caused grief for lots of people around here, you know, from the pandemic and political things. We all are aware of that. But I just, you know, their whole goal here is to bring positivity and give people a way to share their gratitude and connect with each other. And so I just wanted to give you all that update that wonderful work is happening and that there will be more. They're very motivated and
did they
great group.
Did they talk about like maybe putting some sort of official thing on that Facebook group? Because it doesn't say anything about who's running it or why or anything. It's kind of vague. I've had some people ask me about it, and Deborah and I were talking about it.
That we didn't get there with that.
I also I
today.
just wanted to ask them because I was like, I feel like if somebody's standing behind it and saying like this is our part of this project. It might
Yeah,
be-
we did talk a little bit about marketing and getting the word out today. I think they're still trying to figure out the logistics and then we'll kind of turn their attention more towards like a get out the word campaign, which, you know, I'd like to see some of those dots connected for people and also just like spreading awareness that this is happening. But I will let them know that
Just a thought.
that link is and I'm not entirely sure if it's like a side effort to the Grief and Gratitude Project, if it's the Facebook
It
page
came up
and
part of that as part of that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
But if you are part of it, which I know several of us are already, like it it only helps if we also post. Even if it's like, I'm grateful that the sun is shining today. My family was all telling that to each other. today.
Also,
Sun is shining.
wicked hungover this morning, so I got needed to go outside and work.
Great, well, thank you for that update. And then last, I just had the community updates and arts opportunities. The Spiral Gallery is doing their Empty Bowl project this month, which is a fundraiser for the food bank. Really neat project, all featuring handmade bowls. And then the Clackamas County Arts Alliance has a self-publishing writing workshop coming up. Those are the only things everything's slowing down a little for the fall and winter.
I have something to say. Who is putting up the Renegade framed
Yeah, I wondered that
artwork
too. On the
like
signs?
the street signs? There's one at the Hayden and 211 of
There's
a
one
lighthouse
right here, too.
framed photo or painting of a lighthouse. There's one right here at the stop sign that's like a wooden heart painted red. I think there's another one up 224. I haven't seen it. I don't go up there much after
Makes me smile.
after
You got a Banksy?
summer is over.
Get a Banksy?
Yeah,
Is that
but
what's happening?
it's like someone is doing some amazing renegade
should
art
post it on the
installations,
Pushing
and
Daisies page.
I already did. That was my
Oh, nice.
my only post on that
Love it.
page was like, I'm so thankful every time I live right there across the bridge. So every single day I come into Estacada and I stop at that stop sign and I see the little red painted heart and I love it. So, and then I come down Hayden and the lighthouse, and then someone said, oh, there's another one up here and it's also framed. So it's like someone's putting some effort, even if they're just going to Goodwill and buying framed artwork and putting up outside. It's pretty amazing and I love it. So thank you, whoever you are. Keep
Yes,
doing
out
it.
there in the
Good
world.
job.
Mr. Banksy.
Mhm. Thanksy.
Oh, I love it. Local sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, does anyone have anything else to add or?
Yeah, this is just directed at David. Whenever there's a call for the poets for that, just wanted to say we're happy to share that out. I don't know that it's ready yet. I am hosting this writing workshop this weekend and there might be poets there, but I'll just tell them to check our newsletter and stay tuned.
All right, well, no one else has anything else to add?
No, I mean,
I'll chat with you about the Christmas tree lighting and we'll wait for updates on these couple
and our
things.
meeting would be that week, that Wednesday, right?
Mhm.
So
So, if we need help before that, I can always send out an email and see if anybody else wants to jump in.
I think it would just we
think-
need supplies bought.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm fully willing to do it by myself too.
I'm on it. You can't do that alone. I want to be there.
Well, I'm just saying,
Be part of
I
the
know
thing.
that it can be overwhelming and
I know, but
you
it's
know, so,
Christmas.
yeah,
Don't get her out
I
of the
know.
Christmas spirit
Don't you
either.
kick me out of a Christmas thing.
No, you're in, you're in.
Awesome. All right, well, go team. Thank you for being here and we'll see you in December, if not before.
Do we have our whole commission here right now with Deborah
Yeah.
online?
Yeah,
Very
Full team.
Hey.
impressive.
Go team.
yeah, go team. All right. Bye, Deborah. Bye. No, it's okay.
Let's not
Wow.
not have one then.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh,
I'm
because it
not
would be
doing that.
New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Party,
no,
party.
Good.
no.
Better than the day after election day.
I don't know, like, that's not a problem for me, but I can see us right in the holidays. Is there any way we could push it to the 8th? Would that work for everybody else? That would just be
Yeah.
the second
I don't even
Wednesday?
think we're in town.
Well, that's the thing is like, I might not be here on New Year's. Day.
Yeah.
We try to go to the beach.
I'll be on
Where's our
break.
calendar?
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Great. call.
Yeah, thanks. I wouldn't have even thought about it.
Just listen.
Yeah.
We're about 30 days out in our planning period right now. Right.
The 8th is.
Alex
works for
just
me.
nodded. That's affirmative.
We'll
So
have to
let's
do that.
change that to January 8th. All right. I'm adjourning the meeting. This meeting has been adjourned at whack-a-mole 7:12. Thanks, guys. I'm never gonna figure out this parliamentary. So